It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. So, don't base anything I say out these videos. I'm just doing it for pure entertainment purposes only. Um, so, apparently the shareholder meeting is over. I didn't watch it. I didn't listen to it. The whole transcript has been tweeted by Roaring Kitty, I believe. Um, also, sorry, I'm looking stuff up here. Also, AMC had its best box office weekend since like forever. I don't know what. I don't have the exact news in front of me, but on the news of that, it dropped. um, you can't even you Google AMC news and it's just all the stocks are down. There's nothing to show that they just had their most successful weekend. I'm trying to find the actual. Yeah, AMC sees the highest growing weekend of 2024 with Inside Out 2. Um, it was the highest grossing weekend for a long time. It's been, I don't know, I don't have the actual news in front of me because you can't just look it up. It doesn't. You have to go to like freaking Reddit or Twitter to find the actual. um, well, anyways, what I can see is AMC had its highest grossing um, best attendance weekend of 2024. A lot of movies are starting to do good. It's kind of funny that you'll see the stock price drop upon good news, but this takes some time to hit the market, even if it was just a normal play. Fundamentally, things like this normally would you would probably see some sort of a boost. It seems to take a little longer than normal, in my opinion, with AMC, GME, etc. GME stock is down. Roaring Kitty had posted a picture of John McEnroe. Um, there's several interpretations of it. One of it could be he was known for his volleying skills, which would, interpret to maybe about more call options. The other thing is that it was in the game. There's people have posted clips of it when it hit the chalk, and he's like, "Are you serious? You got to be kidding me!" But I think it has more along the lines to do with the Grand Slam. Um, I'm not a big, tennis fan or anything like that, but I do know that he was pretty famous for the Grand Slam, the way he played like that. So there's all sorts of things you can look at. It's all speculation. We always, towards the end, we always figured out like, oh, that's what it meant. But he was known for kind of freaking out on the umpires and getting in trouble, whatever. But he did have a lot of Grand Slams. Who knows what it really means? It could mean something along the lines of, he's took another call. So more calls. I don't know. It's all speculation, right? But also they're seeing a dip. Looks like GameStop's trading at $24.93, which is not a bad price if you're buying in. For me personally, I mean, I'm still under that average at this point. I used to have like an $11 average, and I just kept adding and adding. So I've averaged up, but I do think that the cost of GME and AMC are low fundamentally. So even without a squeeze, I do think they should be higher. AMC trading at 484. Had a little dip. There has always been some resistance around that 475, $4.75 mark. So they break that, you're going to drop down a little bit again. But I think yeah. Anyways, if you break under that 475, you're going to have a little bit of a drop again. But Honestly, I've talked about this repeatedly over and over. AMC bouncing around that $4 range, $5 range, $4 to $5, and bouncing up to 6 or 7, and then back down to four, maybe one day dropping down to like a 380 or something. You just it ping pongs around into what I believe are unrealistic numbers. Um, it just doesn't make sense with what it is. So compare it to other cinemas, other companies similar, other market caps similar. Um, to me, it's just blatantly obvious that it's just shorted to shit. So it's you know, and like I've always said, I don't have factual evidence. Maybe it's just a conspiracy theory, but I do believe it's manipulated. I don't see how, and it's to most of us, it's pretty obvious that have been here long enough. You can watch the algos between AMC and GME and just be like, man, there's no way, there's no way GME having billions of dollars of extra spending cash and, um, nothing but a huge support system and nothing but growth in their future on their shareholder meeting just drops. You know what I mean? So maybe there and you can kind of see it too as soon as there's a meeting or earnings. If the earnings are up for AMC, I've seen it's all we had the greatest earnings we've ever had in history. Price drops. We're having the highest grossing weekend in 2024. Price drops. You know, it's just kind of obvious to me that it's not natural. This isn't natural movement. So, and I'm telling you, man, if I can see it and you can see it and whoever else can see it, the people that should be regulating it, I'm guessing could see it. Speculatory. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they have other moves they have to make and they can't just jump in. I don't know what it is, but I can just tell you from my point of view, something's definitely wrong with whatever's going on in this here system. Bollinger Bands have loosened up on GameStop. They had a nice. Actually, they're kind of tightening up compared to where they were just at that 24.83. They started tightening around 29.12. So, yeah, I don't know. There's just so much. Where's we sitting at 25.21? So the Bollinger Bands on GameStop starting to get a little tighter. But honestly, charting, none of that really does anything. I mean, you can kind of guess what's going on in the near future, but you know, it just makes no sense that on the news, this is what's funny, on the news of GameStop having billions of dollars at their disposal, AMC and GME drop. What? So, yeah, I do think that I think they probably saw the lowest of the low today. I don't think they're going to get any lower. But then again, nothing's guaranteed, so who knows? But yeah, that's it, man. I mean, you can clearly look at these stocks and say, man, something's wrong. If I can see it, you can see it, and it's been happening for multiple years. What's going to happen to fix it? What's going to happen to fix it? It's kind of sad that we have to wait for a black swan event or something that would just totally blow up the play and boom, make it rocket, which I do believe will happen no matter what, at some point or another. But it sure would be nice just to have a fair market or some sort of explanation why they can't look into it, or other than the fact of rich people possibly line people's pockets, or they're scared of them because they got money. It is funny how that works too, because when you have money or people know you have money. So for a while, when I used to promote shows and concerts, and I'd walk around with maybe a celebrity or something, and walk into a restaurant and they know you got money, and then all of a sudden they act like you're just hello sir, and they're looking down at you like, oh yes, and the food's on the house, it's free, don't worry about it, oh my god, it's you, it's free, and everyone you're with, they eat for free. And then you walk in, you and just your bummy ass friends, or your girl, whatever the case is. Ain't no one telling you food's free. Ain't no one like worried to even look at you in the eyes and oh my god, you're you know. And that's kind of maybe what's going on with this scenario too. You're looking at all these guys that are rich and they feel like I don't understand it, but whoever's in control of these things, maybe they have some sort of fear. I don't know. It's really tough to say what the reasoning is, but like I said, I don't think, in my personal opinion, this will go on forever. And all in all, it gives me more time to keep loading the boat. And as as these things happen, you get a little more frustrated and annoyed. You seem to, buy a little more, and focus a little more on them. Do a little more DD, a little more research. Um, so, but yeah, just looking at Rory and Kitty's last post, I took only positive things out of it. I know some people are trying to spin it. Some people are reaching for weird things like someone posted a picture of John McEnroe and it said AM or movies and shows and like maybe he's buying AMC. I'm an AMC shareholder. I don't believe at all that that Roaring Kitty's gonna have anything to do with AMC for now. I don't see it. So you know, as much as it would be dope for AMC, he's just not. He's a GameStop. That's what he is. I don't see it. But just a bunch of trolls in the comments so far. Yeah, I don't know. Half of them were held for review, so whatever y'all saying, I don't know. But Hyper Slob says stop buying AMC and GME. And I don't tell people to buy, sell, or hold, so I don't give financial advice like that. I would let people make their own decisions, make their own choices. For me personally, I buy and hold just because I believe it's the right path for me. Might not be the right path for someone else. He said I made about 60K on AMC by luck a few years ago. I don't think it's luck. I guess you could have been lucky, but obviously you had a reason to buy in. You educated yourself enough to know that it was probably going to pop up and in and out, or instinctually got in and out. So, getting 60K by luck is pretty hard unless you're buying a scratch ticket or something, and it's still not even really luck. You're buying the ticket. You're putting in the effort to attempt to get that money. So, but congrats on your 60K. Yeah, I think around the time when AMC had that nice little pop back in 2021, I didn't have enough shares to really, I don't know, to make a lot of money off it. Now, the way I've loaded up, when it does pop, I'll have a nice little position. So, and that's where I'm trying to get with GME. I want to buy more GME because I want to be able to say, okay, let's say it hits $300 a share or something, and I don't want to sell all my shares because I'm worried about it maybe hitting higher. I could sell some. But yeah, I think, personally, I think Pearson said, why would anyone ever waste your time to come in here and tell you not to buy AMC or GME? Yeah, those are things too that confirm it for me as well. But, you know, I've had a lot of things that confirm it, a lot of instinctual gut feelings, and then just sometimes you're just like you get so many signs, and you're like, well, maybe not that one. Well, maybe that isn't it. Maybe that isn't it. But there's a lot of I don't know, really just a lot of not instinct, a lot of DD really. But then you get a lot of those random things like that. So that kind of help solidify, I guess, the DD. Um, yeah, but I agree, Pearson, definitely. And a hyper slob, I get what you're saying. Maybe you're whatever, but at the same time, like I feel like everyone here is grown. They're responsible for their own money. No one should be able to control your emotions, your money, except yourself. So that's all about personal growth and learning because you know I've always preached this: never invest more than you're willing to lose. For me, everything I put in, I'm willing to lose. If I was in a tighter position, which I have been in times, I don't buy. This is how it is. And if I got in a position where I absolutely had to sell, it'd be tough as shit, but I probably would. But I'm just not there. I don't feel like I would. Last, very, very last option for money for me is that. And I feel like that's just how it is. So, yeah, for sure. Appreciate your thoughts, man. No, yeah, you're good, Hyperslav. You're good. I appreciate your thoughts, man. It's all good. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got their own thoughts. Um, it is what it is. GME. The thing about it is this. So GME and AMC have proven to me several times that the volatility on it can make it jump. I've seen it happen. Just the other day, GME jumped 200%. A few weeks before that, AMC jumped a few weeks, and it's always a month or two or three or something. But there's been several jumps in the last 3 years that I've seen that it's just enough for me to keep. And then just the community's huge. There's enough people that like the movies. There's enough people that like the games that aren't going anywhere. That just keep buying and holding. They want to keep the companies alive. And some people aren't even in it for the squeeze. Some people are just in it because they like the stock. And I'm one of those people. I mean, if it squeezes, dope. But if not, I like the stock. I like the companies. I like to support things I like to support. So that's what it is. Most of the companies that I invest into are companies that I would like to support. And if they're not, they're companies I'd like for them to support me. So there's tons of different, there's always different plays in and out of there. But for me, the topic on this page has always been AMC GME. I've always kind of thrown randomly little thoughts of what I'm doing here and there. Like, hey, I can make 10%, I can make 15% off of this one, but the volatility of these is just insane. Um, and I know people and that play it differently, and I don't judge people on how they do it. I don't really care. I know people that have learned to somewhat read the algos, and they'll buy low, sell high, and they keep coming back in. The one thing about that for me is the wash sell rule. You got to be alert of that, and several other things. So KMD says people say that Roaring Kitty should have joined the GME board, but wouldn't that be a bad decision with all the market manipulation accusations, at least? Yeah, I thought that too. I mean, when I saw him post a picture of him shaking hands and like hold on 1 second. 1 second. Take it all. What's up? Bum, 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 bum. That motherfucker's still here. What up? I just left so you guys could have some self-reflecting time. All right. Anyway, yeah, that's right. I had customers. We do. So part of our business, I do banners and shit like that. So when you start discussing banners and costs and prices, it take a minute. Sorry, I apologize. Um, yeah. Anyone in here? My bad. Yeah, yeah. I own a store. Normally, I take my phone out there with me, but my battery's dead, so I had to leave you here to look at the ceiling and reflect. I just wanted you guys to reflect on life. Um, yeah. So if the sell goes through, there'll definitely be a decent sell, and I'm definitely buying more AMC and GME. That's the game plan. Um, all right. Trying to go back on my comments, nothing there. All right, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of speculation on what Roaring Kitty and the board. I think we were talking about that, where someone said that wouldn't it be kind of hard because people would accuse it of more market manipulation, and I would have to 100% agree because imagine today they're like, oh, Roaring Kitty joined the board, and then they're like, well, he's been pushing memes, and oh my god, and it would have been a mess. So I don't think. Um, Iron Addict says you got one of the faces I just want to kick. Sorry, I apologize to you for that. um, Good news is you don't have to stay here. You can leave, man. You don't have to. Please don't kick my face. Shit, man. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Um, what about this angle? Want to kick it here? Here? No. Um, Anyway, yeah, I think that would have been an issue. Definitely, if Roaring Kitty would have joined the board or something like that. Can you imagine today it would have been insane. But we are where we are. AMC, GME, it's just the same thing. In my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, obviously. I have no factual evidence to back any of this shit up. Just my own opinions, thoughts, and known DD. I just believe that the manipulation won't stop until it's forced to be stopped, or until something just like a black swan event or something makes this thing go out of control. And in my opinion, it is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So that's why I buy and hold. You play it how you want to play it. You don't have to buy and hold. You don't have to sell. You don't have to do anything. Do whatever you want. Make your own decisions. So that being said, Nightfall says, "Do you love me?" Love's a strong word, but I love everyone, right? Shouldn't I love everyone? Fucking trolls are hitting me hard today. Um, so with that being said, my game plan is just continue to buy, continue to hold, um, and just wait for. Like I've said before, even without a squeeze, fundamentally, I believe these plays are undervalued, and I believe in a matter of time, they will be in a better position. And fundamentally, even without a squeeze, I would still make profit off a sell in a few years, just holding it like I would hold the normal stock. So I am holding AMC and GME like normal stocks with the thought in the back of my head that if they do squeeze, then oh my god, life changing money. If not, it's just a stock play. So that's how I look at it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. So man, we got all sorts of. Just trying to look back. Anyway, yeah, that's probably it. I apologize for leaving for a minute. I had customers. It's been kind of a slow day. Usually Tuesdays in the shop ain't, or what is it? Is it Monday? Monday is usually busier. Feel like a Tuesday. It's so dead shit. But anyone know what they're trading at? I haven't looked at GME or AMC. I had to come back in the office and come to my charger, which is working. Oh, the charger works. Sunny Payne, what's up? Holding strong in SoCal. Yeah, holding strong here in Idaho, man. That's the thing is there's so many people involved in this play in so many different cities, states. I live in a small area, and I know when I first started doing this play, I think I knew like one other, maybe two other people personally, in my area that still had that were in this play, but there's this, now I've got like probably over a dozen people that I personally talk to or know that have been like, oh, I bought into it, or I'm holding, or it's been pretty crazy. So the more and more people come, the more and more shares get bought up, ate up, and eventually that's it. Pretty gall says fatty, 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 fatty. I can't imagine being that bored, man. Oh shit. Um, well, skinny, skinny. It's a fight between fats and skinnies. But Donkey Kong, what's up? He says I got a bunch of people I work with that new people every day in these plays. It's crazy. It is true, man. Um, it is crazy how many people just jumping in. Like I've seen. Oh, hold on. Yellow.